What's up guys, welcome back to TMNW Corp, and today we are going to be doing a bit of a different video. So enough with the customization videos for now, or for today. Let's go for a top 10 video. So today we're going to be doing a top 10 of the must-have vehicles if you are a public session player. So yeah, sit back, relax and enjoy the video. Okay, so starting off with number 10, we have the Night Shark, and the reason I chose the Night Shark over the other armored vehicles is because it is an amazing vehicle. It's fast, it's agile, and well, that's what you really want, right, when you're being chased by someone. So yeah, that's why I chose the Night Shark. And also because it's super armored, it can take more than 20 homing missiles, so it'll take an oppressor a really long time to kill you, and he'll run out of rockets before he can, well, actually kill you. So yeah, that's why I really like the Night Shark. And the thing about it, which is nice as well, is it looks super dope, and also it has mounted machine guns, and even though they're really not that great, at least having them is still a good thing. And the best thing about it is it's actually heavy enough to just ram vehicles out of the way. Maybe not as good as the Insurgent, but still it is good enough, and that is why it is in the top 10. So yeah, that is it about the Night Shark. And on to number 9, we have the Akula. So the Akula is one of the best, if not the best, helicopter in the entire game. It has amazing defensive and offensive capabilities, and it is also one of the fastest helicopters in the entire game. And along with that, it has pretty good handling. And on top of that, we have stealth mode, which basically means where you can go invincible in the map, similar to Ghost, whenever you want while operating the Akula. And well, that is a pretty neat feature to have in GTA Online, especially in public sessions. And what's also neat about the Akula is that it has the ability to seat 4 people, so if you're playing with your friends, you can easily fly around in the Akula. And also at the same time, it has decent durability, unlike other helicopters where they will explode in one homing missile or rocket. The Akula actually takes up to 3 or 4 missiles, if I am correct. So yeah, that's pretty good about the Akula, so that's about it. And well, that is about it for the Akula. Now let's move on to number 8. And for number 8, we have the Terabyte, and it is honestly, well, a pretty good vehicle. But I know what you're gonna say. What? In 2022, the Terabyte's useless? Well, it's not useless. It has the ability to, well, modify the Oppressor Mark II, which is a very good vehicle. So yeah, and on top of that, it is the second most armored vehicle in the entire game, with the ability to take up more than, let's say, 30 rockets, give or take 3, 4 or 5 rockets. And at the same time, it's actually not that bad when it comes to driving it around. It's a pretty heavy vehicle, so you can just ram other vehicles or cars out of the way. And at the same time, it actually has decent acceleration. Of course, not good top speed, but for a truck, I mean, come on, it's pretty good. So yeah, based on that, it's actually pretty good. And also there are a few jobs inside the Terabyte that you can launch, and they actually pay pretty well, let's say, for a starter. So yeah, based upon those, reasons that I just mentioned, I guess the Terabyte is still worth it. So let's move on to number 7. Okay, so for number 7, we have the Omnis EGT, which is an Imani tech vehicle. And what do you mean by that? Well, I basically mean that if you have an agency, you have the ability to actually fit a missile lock-on jammer onto the car, which stops anything from locking onto you. So that is a pretty helpful feature to have, especially in GTA Online, and just based off on that alone, it's enough. But the Omnis EGT is actually a pretty good car. It has good handling, it has amazing acceleration, but of course very weak top speed because it's a freaking electric car. But apart from that, it's honestly very good, and it also is very armored with the ability to take 13 RPGs and homing missiles before blowing up. So yeah, it's honestly very good, and it has the ability to seat 4 people, and it looks pretty sick. And at the same time, it has slick mines, which basically means if someone is chasing you, the moment you deploy the slick mines, they'll go flying here and there because, well, they won't be able to control their car. So yeah, based upon that, the Imani tech vehicle, the Omnis EGT, is an amazing car to get. And that's why it is on number 7. So yeah, let's move on to number 6. And moving on to number 6, we have the Mobile Operations Center, or the MOC. So the MOC is actually the most armored vehicle in the entire game, but only if you detach the trailer and use only the cab alone like that. Then it becomes the most armored vehicle in the entire game, and it can withstand up to 60 or 65 rockets, which is a huge number. So yeah, you probably won't die if you are in the MOC. And well, apart from that, the MOC is also able to start up certain jobs, and at the same time it has access to weapon turrets, and these weapon turrets are actually pretty good, but they do have kind of a delay on them. But let's say while you're driving the MOC with the cab attached, that is, and I mean the trailer attached, your friends can operate the turrets and shoot anyone or anything that they want. But also at the same time, the MOC has a, let's say, a workshop upgrade, that where you can upgrade cars inside the MOC, like the Insurgent pickup or the Barrage and so on and so forth. So yeah, MOC is definitely a must pick up if you have the money. So that is about it on the MOC. So let's move on to number 5. And for number 5, we have the laser. And I know what you guys are gonna say, but the laser is so expensive. Why would you put it on the list? No one can afford it. Well, the laser is honestly, according to me, the best fighter jet in GTA Online, thanks to its explosive cannons. That is, it is just too good. Like honestly, you can kill air targets, you can kill ground targets in just a matter of seconds. It is that good. It has homing missiles as well, but those are honestly rubbish according to me. But yeah, the explosive cannons are just too good. But apart from that, it also has amazing handling. You can do stunts, you can fly under bridges, you can fly in the city, around the buildings, whatever you want to do. It's just that good, that flexible. The laser is just amazing in each and every way. Like honestly, it's that agile that honestly, it's a must-have in your arsenal when it comes to weaponized vehicles. So yeah, I guess enough stressing about the laser. It's honestly one of the best, if not the best. So yeah, that's about it for the laser. So now let's move on to number 4. And now on to number 4, we have the black sheep of GTA Online, and that is the Oppressor Mark II. And the reason I call it the black sheep is because I think it is the most hated vehicle in GTA Online, and that is all thanks to the griefers who will not stop killing people with their Oppressor Mark IIs. And if you're being griefed, it is always 100% or at least 99% an Oppressor Mark II. So yeah, that's why it has a very, very bad reputation. But apart from that, the Oppressor Mark II is actually an amazing vehicle. It's fast, it's agile, and you can just get in and out of trouble. And you can just, let's say if you're doing missions, you can just kill the enemies, take whatever you need to and just fly off. It's honestly that simple. So based on that, like, the practicality of the Oppressor Mark II is that good. So yeah, off on that, I'd say that the Oppressor Mark II is actually still a very, very good vehicle, and I would recommend it 100% for you to get it. So yeah, let's move on to number 3. And now on to the top 3 vehicles of GTA Online, and starting off at number 3, it is the Toradora. The Toradora is one of my favorite cars in all of GTA Online. It also, I mean, just look at it, it looks pretty good, right? So yeah, and apart from that, it actually has one of the most aggressive tracking missiles in the entire game, and at the same time, it actually has rocket boost. So basically, when it comes to other cars, let's say the Vigilante, the rocket boost take, let's say, a while to charge up. But when it comes to Toradora, it only takes maybe 2 seconds or 3 seconds at max to charge up the rocket boost, which means that you can use the rocket boost pretty frequently. And well, at the same time, the Toradora has actually decent armor. It takes 3 to maybe 4 or 5 rockets to destroy the Toradora. So yeah, when it comes to durability, it's actually pretty good. But when someone is shooting at you, that is when the Toradora sucks and it doesn't really have bulletproof glass. So yeah. But moving on from that, the Toradora has a very, very special ability, and that is it has the ability to drive on land and, well, transform into a submarine when on water. So yeah, that is a very neat feature to have. Well, apart from that, the Toradora is also known to be an oppressor killer, which basically means that when you are up against an oppressor, there is a 70 to 90% chance that you will always come out on top. So that is pretty good. And well, based off on that, I guess the Toradora is deserving to be in the top 3 spot. So yeah, now let's move on to number 2. And for number 2, we have the Sparrow, and as you can see, I can request it anywhere I want to, and it will always spawn right next to me. And even, let's say, if I were to be at Mount Chiliad, the same will still happen. It will always spawn right next to me, and well, that is a pretty neat feature because it provides you with a quick getaway vehicle. And apart from that, it is also known, if I'm not mistaken, it is also known to be the fastest helicopter in GTA Online. And I am 100% sure that you will be using the Sparrow a lot, because if you don't know this already, the Cayo Perico is known to be the best way of making money in GTA Online. And since the Sparrow is stored in the Kosatka, it is the fastest way to do preps, because it is the fastest way to get in and out of the Kosatka, and also because it is the fastest helicopter in the entire game, it makes doing preps a whole lot easier. And yeah, based off that, I'd say the Sparrow is an amazing helicopter to have. Anyways, enough with the pros and onto the cons. And the biggest con that the Sparrow has is that it is a very weak helicopter, which means that a slightest bump can cause the helicopter to start smoking, and that's a really bad thing to have. But apart from that, the rockets of the Sparrow, although they are spammable, which is a great thing, are actually very bad when it comes to tracking objects, so don't really expect much when it comes to tracking. So yeah. And I guess that is about it when it comes to the Sparrow. And I guess if it were up to me, I'd definitely recommend each and every one of you guys to pick up the Sparrow, because it is just too practical to ignore. So yeah. Now let's move on to number 1. And for the number 1 spot, we have the Kosatka, and according to me, I think it really deserves the number 1 spot. And that is based on the sole reason that it is used to start up the Cayo Perico heist. And since it is the best way of making money in GTA Online, I guess without it, it's going to take a whole lot of time to be able to grind money and get all the other vehicles that I've mentioned in this list. So yeah, just based off on that alone, it's enough to make the Kosatka the number 1 vehicle to get. But what's good about the Kosatka is that it actually has the ability to fast travel anywhere you want, all over the map, but it must be in water, of course. I mean, duh. But apart from that, honestly, it has the ability to shoot rockets. You can also use it to find treasure down in the depths of the ocean, and you can also drive it if you feel like it. So yeah, the Kosatka is honestly an amazing vehicle to have in GTA Online. And I also recommend anyone in GTA Online to pick up the Kosatka. And I guess that is about it for our top 10 list. So yeah, let's move on to the outro, I guess. And I guess that is about it for the top 10 must-have vehicles in GTA Online if you are a public lobby player. And honestly, these are the best, like one of the best vehicles in GTA Online, period. Whether you're a public session lobby player or private lobby session player, or just a player who just wants to have fun, I guess these are the best vehicles in GTA Online. So yeah, and with that, I guess that is it for the video. So do leave a like, subscribe, and also please do let me know if you have recommendations on what you want to see and what you do not want to see. And that is it for the video. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. And of course, don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section. So yeah, this is the final. Peace out.